Hey guys, welcome to the Simplify Your Life podcast. It's Coach Simona and I'm glad you decided to tune in. What's up everyone? In today's podcast episode, we're going to talk about how to find motivation to work, and I will give you 4 tips on how to overcome resistance and become inspired again. Now let's jump right into it. Alright guys, let's keep it real. We've all had unproductive days. And no matter how much work you need to get done, you just don't feel like doing anything at all. Just thinking about your to-do list becomes overwhelming. So, even though you know you should get yourself together, you end up doing nothing instead. It's next to impossible to work with the same level of productivity all day, every day. But there are some days when getting anything done feels like an Olympic challenge. If that's the case for you today, then here's what you can do to find the motivation to work and improve your productivity. Let's start off with the basics. I've already made an entire video on how to beat procrastination by finding your root cause, so I won't get into many details about it. If you want to check it out, go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/CoachSimona. Instead, in this podcast episode, I will challenge you to take a different approach. I want you to learn how to get motivated to get anything in life done, not just work. My first tip is to find out where is your resistance coming from. Whenever you have strong resistance to doing something, there's probably something else that's causing it, and you're avoiding to pay attention to it, consciously or not. For example, if you don't feel like creating a plan for your next project, ask yourself some introspective questions, such as, what about this project is causing me to avoid it? Is it something about this particular project, or can I spot a pattern regarding my work? You can zoom out even further and investigate if there is a pattern that you can find from previous jobs. If you've always had a problem with motivating yourself to get work done, then maybe there is a bigger issue that you need to resolve. On the other hand, if it turns out that you have no motivation at your current workplace, dig deeper with questions such as, how do I feel about this place? Do I feel fulfilled with my job? Do I feel challenged enough with my work? Is there a problem with my colleagues or my boss that I need to address? Etc. Now, let's get into my second tip. Negotiate with yourself. Once you find where your inner resistance is really coming from, it's time to look objectively at the situation. If you have a problem with a certain type of tasks and you want to get motivated to do them, think of a reward that you're going to get once you do it. For one person, it could be going out for a drink with friends after work. It could be indulging yourself with a small gift. Think of that part of your brain as a little child that you need to bargain with. You won't bargain with a child by introducing them to horrible, boring things all the time, right? So if you want to negotiate with a little kid, you need to offer them something in return. Offer yourself some delayed gratification and start doing the work. My third tip is to change your attitude. If you label yourself as being lazy, it's very likely you will look for opportunities to be lazy and prove yourself right. And if you believe that your job is boring, then you will most probably avoid work like the plague. So how can you change your attitude and get motivated? By bringing awareness to your negative thought patterns and limiting beliefs. Become mindful of your self-talk, the stories that you tell yourself on a daily basis, and identify the stories that you need to change. Watch out for sentences like, I don't want to do this, it's so boring. Or how did I end up doing this? Or will I even be able to do this task? Replace them with sentences like, I have the opportunity to do some great work here. Or, I want to contribute to this project with my input. What I do matters, etc. My next tip is to break large tasks into smaller pieces. One of the reasons you may not feel motivated to work is because you've overwhelmed yourself with the task you have in hand. What you can do in this case is to break it down into smaller, more manageable pieces. By doing that, you will not only manage any possible anxiety you may have, but you will also have a more structured approach towards your project as a whole. Here's how to break a large task into smaller pieces. I want you to write somewhere your task of the day. Then write down the first step that you need to take to get it started. Then the second step. And after that, the third one. And finally, put some music on if you like listening to music while working, or think of something exciting that you're going to do on the weekend. Why? Because you will challenge your brain chemistry, providing yourself with the much needed boost of energy and happiness. And you will become less caught up in your mind chatter and more motivated instantly. If you want to dive even deeper on how to stay productive, I've made a downloadable cheat sheet for you guys. So you can download my 10 productivity hacks by clicking the link in the description box below or visiting pages.coachsimona.com/productive. Now I want to hear from you. How do you find motivation to work? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for listening. If you like this episode, please like it and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on my weekly podcast episodes. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one.